Imagine, for a second, a world where really rugged professional tools, things built for tough jobs, suddenly meet bespoke artistry,
Right.
where the spirit of a place isn't just in a painting, but maybe it's right there on your wrist.
Interesting idea.
Today, we're exploring that exact concept, a watch that tells a story not just of time, but of a very specific landscape.
And it's a fascinating one.
It really is. We're taking an in-depth look at a really interesting collaboration in the watch world, the Doxa SEB 200 Dune.
Yeah, this isn't just your standard special edition.
No, not at all. It's born from a partnership between Doxa, the legendary dive watch brand, and Art of Time, a Caribbean retailer.
That's right, based in St. Martin.
So our mission for this deep dive, we want to unpack the whole story behind this unique watch. We'll look at Doxa's history, which is pretty rich.
Oh yeah, very rich.
Revisit their last collaboration, which was also quite successful, and really pinpoint what makes this new sand-inspired SCB 200 Dune stand out.
We'll get into the design, the specs.
Exactly. The design, the technical stuff, and crucially, what it all means for you, our listener, always looking for that next, aha moment in watches.
Well, what's really interesting here is how Doxa, a brand so tied to the ocean, keeps innovating with this SUB 200 line. They connect it to specific places.
Right?
Doxa itself, they started way back in 1889.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is.
Yeah.
But they really cemented their reputation, especially with divers, in 1967. That's when they launched the iconic SUB 300.
Ah, the SCB 300. People often call that a game changer, don't they?
They do.
What was it about that watch that made it so, revolutionary? Why did it lock in Doxa's place in dive watch history?
Well, it was pretty groundbreaking because it was the first dive watch with that crucial unidirectional rotating bezel
Okay.
for calculating and monitoring no-stop dive times.
Explain that a bit for listeners who might not be familiar. Unidirectional, no stop times.
Sure. So unidirectional means the bezel only turns one way, counterclockwise. That's a safety thing. You can't accidentally knock it and think you have more dive time left than you do.
Gotcha. Critical.
Exactly. And no-stop dive times. That's basically the maximum time you can stay at a certain depth without needing decompression stops on your way back up. So tracking that accurately was, vital.
That innovation was huge for divers. Okay, so this new collaboration brings in Art of Time. You mentioned they're a family-owned retailer in Phillipsburg, St. Martin.
That's correct.
And this isn't their first dance with Doxa, right?
Not at all. Just last year, they put out the Doxa SU200 Azure. And it did really, really well. Hugely popular.
The Azure. Tell us a bit more about that one. How did it capture the spirit of St. Martin?
The Azure was directly inspired by the island, specifically the water around it.
Makes sense for the Caribbean.
Right. It had this beautiful light blue dial and a really crisp white sapphire bezel. The whole idea was to evoke, life at sea, those incredibly sparkly blue Caribbean waters.
So it really screamed ocean.
It absolutely did. Capture that feeling perfectly. The SUB 200 Dune, though, that's the next chapter in their relationship.
Okay.
And it's a deliberate shift. A really interesting one, I think. They're moving away from the vibrant blues of the water and exploring the sun-bleached look of the beaches themselves.
Ah, okay. So if the Azure was all about the Caribbean Sea, the Dune is taking us onto its shores. That's quite a shift from deep water to, sand.
Exactly. From the aquatic depths to the coastal beauty.
It's fascinating. But does this new aesthetic mean they've compromised on Doxa's famous toughness? Or is the Dune still built like a proper Doxa tool watch?
Oh, absolutely. It keeps that solid foundation. The Dune shares the exact same specifications as the earlier SEB 200s, including the Azure. So you're getting that proven, tough build quality.
Okay, good to know. So what are those specs?
We're talking a 42-millimeter steel case. Thickness is 13.8 millimeters. But what's clever, I think, are the lugs.
The lugs.
Yeah, they're short, sweeping lyre lugs. Those sort of S-shaped curved lugs.
Right, I know the type. They hug the wrist.
Exactly. And they make the watch wear smaller than you'd think from the 42-millimeter diameter. The lug-to-lug measurement is actually quite comfortable at 46 millimeter.
So even though it says 42 millimeters on paper, those lugs pull it in, make it feel more compact. That's smart, especially if you want to wear it, casually, not just diving.
Totally. It shows Doxa understands how watches actually wear day to day, beyond just the numbers.
What about the finishing on the case?
It's nicely done, a mix of brushed surfaces, which hides scratches well, and these polished bevels that catch the light. Gives it a refined but still functional appearance.
And the practical stuff. Water resistance?
Yep, all there. Screwed steel caseback, a screw-down crown for security, and a very capable 200 meters of water resistance. It's definitely built to handle the water.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting for me. The Dune's unique look. The specs are solid, the foundation is there, but the aesthetic is where this watch tells its new story, right?
Absolutely.
How did they manage to translate something like a sand dune, which is, vast, shifting, but ultimately static, onto a watch dial?
Well, the dial is where the dune really makes its statement and earns its name. It's quite something.
Go on.
Imagine looking closely at sun-baked sand. You see those subtle shifts in color, from a light, almost bleached taupe to a deeper, warmer bronze.
Yeah.
Doxa has captured that feeling with this really unique sand grain textured surface. It's unprecedented for them, I think.
Wow, a textured surface too.
Yes.
Yep.
It's got this tactile quality. It's beautiful, almost mesmerizing. It's definitely a bold step for a brand so connected to the ocean, pivoting to land like this.
It really asks that question, doesn't it? Can a dive watch also feel like the land?
It does. And yet, critically, it still keeps the classic applied markers and the familiar hands from other SUB 200 models. So it's still recognizably Doxa.
So it's not just sand-colored paint. It's like they actually captured the light and texture of a dune on that small surface. That's ambitious.
It is.
What about reading the time? You still need contrast, especially for a dive watch, even one inspired by the beach.
Absolutely critical. And they've thought about that. The applied markers are filled with a beige, luminous material, superluminova,
Okay.
and the hands are black-toned. So you get good contrast, day or night, bright sun or low light.
And the bezel keeps the theme going.
It does. It's a unidirectional diving bezel, of course. It has a black sapphire insert, which is very scratch-resistant, and the 60-minute scale on it. That's luminous too, printed in that same sandy beige superluminova.
Nice touch, keeping it consistent. And I heard there's something special on the case back, something linking it back to Art of Time.
Yes, exactly. This is another differentiator. It's a solid steel screwed caseback, but it features this really cool engraved map of the Caribbean.
Oh, neat.
And it has this striking blue laser oxidation finish. It's subtle, maybe, but it's a significant detail that ties the watch directly to Art of Time's home turf.
I like that. It grounds the dune idea in a specific place, a reminder of its origin story.
Precisely. It gives it that sense of place.
Fantastic detail. Okay, so what's powering this beauty? And what else comes in the box when you get one?
Under the hood, you've got a very solid, very reliable automatic movement. It's the Sellita SW200.
Ah, the SW200. Familiar territory.
Yep, a real industry workhorse. It's essentially a clone of the ETA 2824, which everyone knows is robust and easy to get serviced.
What about the specs on that?
It beats at 4 hertz, which gives you that nice smooth sweep of the second hand and offers a pretty standard, practical 38-hour power reserve. Good for daily wear.
And straps, does it give you options for how to wear it?
It does, yeah. It comes standard on Doxa's famous stainless steel beads of rice bracelet.
Love that bracelet.
Me too. It includes a proper folding clasp and even a dive suit extension, acknowledging its dive heritage.
Right.
But you also get an additional black rubber strap thrown in. So that gives you great versatility to change up the look and feel. Beach day, maybe the rubber. Dinner out, the bracelet.
Nice to have options. Okay, this definitely sounds like a special piece. Very exclusive. For our listeners who are now totally captivated by this mix of Doxa heritage and unique beachy design, tell us about availability and the price. How do you actually get one?
Yeah, this is definitely exclusive. The limited edition, only 100 numbered pieces are being made.
Wow, only 100.
Yep. And to really underscore that exclusivity, the Doxa SUB 200 Dune is available only through Art of Time in St. Martin.
So you can't just walk into any Doxa dealer and pick one?
Well, you have to go directly through Art of Time.
How do you do that?
The specific way to place an order is to email them. The address is info@artoftimejewelers.com.
Okay, info@artoftimejewelers.com. Good to know.
But
and the price.
The price for this limited edition piece is set at USD 2,090.
2,090 US dollars. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's wrap this up. What does this all mean? For me, the Doxa SU200 Dune, it's just such a compelling blend. You've got that deep sea diving history, that Doxa stuff.
Right, the core identity.
Mixed with this totally unexpected, but really beautifully done land-inspired look. The sand dune theme.
It works surprisingly well.
It really does. It's kind of a testament, isn't it, to how even these robust professional tools can find a certain elegance, tell a unique story, connect to a specific place. It feels like a watch that could make you feel connected to that sunny beach, even if you're miles away.
It definitely evokes that. And maybe this raises a final thought for you, our listener, to mull over.
Oh.
How can a dive watch, something we usually link with the deep ocean, the mystery down there, how can it find new meaning, new inspiration from something like the sun-drenched sand of a Caribbean beach?
Hmm.
What does that meeting point, that convergence of deep dive function and dune aesthetic tell us about, well, the possibilities of design, about utility, and maybe even about the kinds of stories we choose to wear on our wrists?